It is with deep sadness that we announce the death of Kerwayne Thomas, better known as Ball Bear of the Brill Choiseul, who resided at Angers Deriso. He passed away on Friday, 2nd September 2022 at 11:59 p.m. at St. Jude's Hospital. He was 42 years old. He was an employee of Wasco St. Lucia Inc. He was predeceased by his father, Rosamond Thomas. Left to mourn his passing are his wife, Savia Thomas of Angers Deriso, accounts clerk employed with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development. His mom, Shirley Mason of the Brill Choiseul. His son, Kerwayne Thomas of Mont Cayenne, student at the Vieux Secondary School. His stepdaughter, Sheila Felicien of Angers Deriso, employed with Sanders Grand. His brothers, Ricky Mason, construction worker of Wavin Chabot in Castries. Ernest Mason of Beauséjour, Groselet, employed with the Landings Resort. Linton Mason, also known as Blocko, of Bardony, warehouse supervisor at Renwick and Company Limited. Irvin Mason of East Winds, Marcel, inspector of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, attached to the Special Services Unit, the SSU Southern Division. Elwin Curtis Mason of Piat Granivier, kitchen supervisor at Sandals Halcyon. Titmus Mason, also known as Blacko, construction worker residing in Dominica. Ernie Smith Jolie, civil engineer residing in the UK. Kerwayne Mason of De Brill. Hendy Valson, mechanic residing at Lacqua Mingo. Asa Mason, also known as Sonny, construction worker of Cicero. His sisters, Erna Mason of De Brill, room attendant at the Anne Chasney Resort. Livia Napoleon of OGV4, room division manager at Marigot Bay Resort. Anselma Valsin, residing in the U.S. Natasha James of Victoria Choiseul, nurse attached to the Bordelais Correctional Facility. His nieces and nephews, Irwin, Irville, and Erland Mason, residing in the U.S. Kenya, Sherry, and Alicia Mason of Bardony. Canis Woodley, also known as Rex of De Brill, employed at Sugar Beach Resort. Vernita Jean of OGV4, employed with ITEL BPO. Ernell Mason, student of the Camille Henry Memorial School. Jed Mason, residing in Dominica. Charlene Mason, also known as Rika of De Brill, Bursa, employed with the Choiseul Secondary School. Fidel Guard of Daquita Choiseul. Asani Mason, student of the St. Aloysius R.C. Boys Infant School. Amy Preville of Barbano, employed with Beauty Max. Jose Mason and Ernetta Mason, both students of the Riviere Doré Anglican School. DeAndre Napoleon, student of the Vieux Comprehensive Secondary School. Emmy Mason, student of the International School, Rodney Heights. Anaya and Angelique Jolie, residing in the UK. Jaime Mason of Wavin Chabot, who is also his godson. Larrick Mason, student of the St. Aloysius Boys Infant School. Anessa Mason, residing in Soufrière. Carissa Thomas, teacher at the Choiseul Secondary School, residing at Lavery. Shakim and Zariel Mason of Babano. Hendrik Valsen, student of the Stanley John Secondary School. Nazim Valsen, student of the Babino RC Primary School. Hanaya Valsen, residing at Babino. Uncles: George Williams, also known as Durant of Martinique and family. Rodney Mason of Dennery and family. Aunts: Maria Closelma of Debril and family. Martha Collymore of Vieux and her family. Veronica Alexander of Jetman Saltebath and family. Claudette Hippolyte of Wapatat and family. Sandra James of Montzee and family. Francisca James of Montidor and family. Mother-in-law: Juliana Felix of Angers Deriso. Father-in-law: Thomas Charles, better known as Taddy, of Angers. Sisters-in-law: Anicia Placid, also known as Petra or Petronice of Botany and family. Adele Davidson Mason of Piat Granivier, corporate account manager, employed with Cable and Wireless Business and family. Jennifer Jolie of the UK and family. Leota Charlemagne Mason of East Winds Marisol, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Department of Labour and family. Lydia Joseph Mason of Wavin Chabot in Castries and family. Jessica Flavius, teacher at the Angers Secondary School and family. Farrellyn Florence and family. Paloma Canchon and family. Francisca Felix, also known as Sharon, and family, all residing in Angers. Corma Cretonor and family residing in Martinique. Brothers-in-law: Andy Napoleon, chef of Auger V4. Siobhan Charles and family. Abnel Charles and family. Sylvanus Felix and family. Clint Moses, all residing in Alger. Damien Felix and family residing in Black Bay V4. Godmother: Judith Jabatis, also known as Judy, of Greenview, Montedor. Godfather: Jonah Rismay of Salterbus. Favorite cousin: Anthony Closelma, also known as Winsbert, employed with Anchasney Resort. His granduncles: Victorine Thomas of Coleytown. Felix Thomas, also known as Tyrrell, of Boss Labry. His grandaunt: Eldith Ethel of Ticolan. Cousins and other relatives: Anthea Gabriel Paul and family of Debril. The Jabatis family of Dennery, the Closelma family of Debril, the Williams family of Debril, Castries, and Canada, the Mason family of Debril, the Thomas family of Choiseul, Giro Saltibus and Jacmel, the Cox and Myers families of Debril and Castries, Melanie Mitchell, also known as Luna, and family of Debril, the Sonson family of Reunion Choiseul, the Alexander family of Castries. Close family friends: Tennyson Philip and family in the UK. Briley George and family of Ballenbush. Fiona Charles Jacklich and family of Opicon V4. Verdley Brown and family of Larissus V4. Anthony Daniel, better known as Roll, of Larissus V4. Jerome de Plessis and family of Larissus V4. Aureus Saint-Hilaire and family of Deriso. Lorna Seelys and family residing in the U.S. Lazarus Vellenor and family of Richmond Dennery. Mervyn Vergil of Castries. Linus Wilton of Angers Deriso. Columba Lamontagne George from Choiseul. Emerson Herman, also known as Touchlow and family of Debril. Staff of Wasco, both in the north and south of the island, including Gabriel Lamontine, Victory Dennis, Janella Fontenelle, Bibiana Pamphil O'Geese, Mrs. Zilta George Leslie, Gregory Samuel, Davorn Abraham, Roger MacDonald, Joseph Charles Jr. Class of 1996 Roselle Secondary School. His dear friends at the Special Services Unit, the SSU Southern Division, the entire community of Debril, many other work colleagues, too numerous to mention. Also left to mourn many other relatives and friends, both here and abroad. The celebration of the life of our beloved Kerwayne Thomas, better known as Ball Bear, will be held on Wednesday, October 5th, 2022 at 2 p.m. at the St. Paul's Anglican Church in V4. His body will be laid to rest at the Latony Cemetery. His body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, V4. Transportation will be provided from the Debril Gap to V4. The service will be live streamed on the 911 platform. May his soul rest in eternal peace.